Hello everyone and welcome to Zappy Productions, and today I won't be in the frame, but I will talk about what I carried overseas for my photo shoots and of course my travel photos itself. Now on the table here is a bunch of stuff, and of course you don't see the camera because it's currently filming me. So for this particular trip to Korea, I decided to carry a little bit light. So I brought my Sony A1, and then this is of course my 50mm GM. The one that's using for filming now is the 35mm GM. And then I brought Godox flashes for my portrait shoots in the studio, which is a really nice one. I'll talk about it later. And you can see that I also had the Godox filter. This is for the V1s. And of course I brought my MacBook Pro. Pretty much this is all the equipment I have. One camera, the Sony A1, followed by two lenses, 35 and 50mm GM, and three flashes, the two V1s and the Godox 8300. Sorry. Now, the reason why I brought the Sony, which is in this picture here, is because the Sony is a lot smaller, lighter, and the battery endurance is really good. Its battery is really small, and I have a few spares, and easily one battery could last like 500-600 shoots. And you know, for my entire trip so far, for 4 days, I only used one battery, which consists of 2 photo shoots and some shots while traveling around Korea. So really, the endurance of the Sony A1 is very great, you know, just using one small little battery. So I decided that, you know, this is the camera just for purpose of traveling because it's small, light, and also not only that, the GM lenses on general are very small. The 50mm is the smallest of its kind for 1.2, while the 35 1.4 is also smallest of kind for its 35 1.4. So overall, very compact system. Now, in terms of flash, I brought the Godox system. This is the Godox trigger itself, X Pro 1, and then this is the AD300. I brought the AD300 because it's small, compact, and it's powerful. I can pretty much use this for almost any situation for key lighting purposes. One moment. And addition to that, I also brought the, you know, this, I don't think you can see, it's probably out of focus now, but this is actually the softbox. This is a 65 cm softbox. Very small, very compact, can go into my luggage easily, just slide it in. Now, the nice thing of AD300, of course, with its much smaller mount, it can use really small modifiers, so very godsend in terms of performance for quality of light out in the field while traveling. Now, the V1s are what I use for highlights and effects because you can actually mount filters, and this is the Godox filter set. So you can actually do color balancing or mount any color filter. In fact, one of my shoots, let me show you a photo here. I actually use this for the backlight where I like orange color for the ambient, while the key light is done by the AD300. So pretty much a 3-light setup allows me to do most of what I want to do for the purpose of portrait shoot in the studio. Of course, this is not like, you know, shooting in Singapore where you can just bring all the equipment you want in the world. When you travel, you have to go really light, and this is really what I bring for being really, really light. Now, the other important thing is the stand. So one stand is of course holding my mic now. You can see this is actually one of the Manfrotto's nano stands, but I actually got another stand. One moment. So this is the carbon fiber light stand that I purchased. Now this is really, really good. It's small, it's light, and it's made of carbon fiber. You could easily mount like 2 to 3 kg light on it, which means that you can mount actually an AD300 and one of its modifier on it. So it's small and it's good and it's really lightweight. I mean, less than I think 1.1 kg or something. For a light stand, I think this is really as good as it gets. Overall, this is my travel setup, which allows me to do photos and a little bit of videos, and I'm quite happy here. By the way, my microphone for this recording is using the Rode Video Mic Micro. I think it's a very good mic for the purpose of recording such a thing. But overall, I think this setup allows me to do most of my photo shoot and of course my travel photos without much problem and with quite a minimal weight. Now for the bag wise, I use one of the Spectra think tank bags. I can't put it on the table now. It's a small bag, but enough to fit all my equipment in, and then I just have to have a sling bag for my light stands and my modifier. That's really about it. I did have an ND filter here. This is an ND filter, 67mm. This goes onto my 35mm lens if I want to utilize it for the purpose of shooting video. And really that's about it. Really a short introduction to my equipment that I bring. I'll talk more about Korea in my next video next week. So till then, I'll see you guys again. Bye bye.